Hey you guys, back again with another video. Today I'm going to make my all-purpose seasoning. I may add salt to it, I don't know, probably not. And then when I mean salt, I mean like I'll either add either this to it or this to it or this to it. And this is something I got. This is something I didn't know, because I always got the package, but why nobody ain't tell me they sell it in the container? I've been getting those little packages of the Sassoon. They have it in the whole bottle like this. Like, where I been? I don't know how long this been out, but I may add it to my seasoning mix. I don't know, but this is gonna be a salt thing, so I don't have to use like 50-11 bottles. Look, 50-11 bottles for seasonings. Just add everything into one jar, and I don't have to add so many stuff. The only thing I may add extra is one of the seasoning mix that don't have salt in it, like the Goya, adobo. Either this or this I'ma add to my seasoning mix. Not all three, And then like when I'm seasoning my chicken, I can add extra of the other stuff I didn't add. So instead of using the regular garlic, I'm going to add the roasted garlic to this seasoning mix. So let me tell y'all something. I'm upset. I'm pissed about two things. One, I did a video of me making some brownie, milk chocolate chip brownies, right? Oh, that's the title right there. Milk chocolate chip brownies. I was naming it milk double chocolate chip brownies, but milk chocolate chip brownies, right? Double chocolate chip brownies, right? And I think that video was probably almost 50 minutes long. And I went to try to upload it to YouTube, didn't even record. So I was upset. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to do another video and I'm going to record myself making the brownies, right? I'm going to say, I'm going to wait, until I don't have no more brownies, right? I don't know what's going on, but one night I went to bed, and I keep most of my recipes on here, and it took me 7 years, 2018 to this year, like by the time y'all see this, it'll be 2026, but I'm recording this in 2025. So it took me, I got this device in probably 2017, 2018, right? So I use an app called Cookmate. That's where I put all my recipes on, right? And what month is this? August 2025, right? Let's leave it at that. I had 90-something apps. No, 90-something recipes on my tablet. I go to bed with the same amount, right? I'll wake up to my tablet set to the default settings. When you get a new device, is that default setting is like it's brand new. My tablet been wiped clean. I lost all my recipes due to my husband touching something he had no business touching. I said, listen, don't touch my device. I looked at my device. The passcode was off. Because I put a passcode on it. That's off, right? So it was at the factory setting, right? And then it was like unregistered, like disregistered from my Amazon account. So like this was a whole brand new device. This is why people say don't touch their stuff. There's a reason why people say don't touch their stuff. It's a reason behind it. I'm looking at this right here. This. Is that what I was looking at? It was oh, that's on the screen. Okay. But anywho, there's a reason when somebody say don't touch their stuff, right? We're not just saying it to be mean. It's a reason why we say don't touch our stuff, right? And the reason is, one, you can't replace it if you erase something or you break something. You can't replace it. And in this case, he can't replace the recipes. I have recipes on my old phone, and I thank God I remember where I seen these other recipes from. So it took me 7 years to build my recipe catalog, just for it to be gone in a matter of minutes. It took me years to build my own recipe, catalog, just for it to be gone. This is the reason. The password was off. It was set to the factory setting. It was disconnected, like from the wire. It was, the Wi-Fi wasn't connected no more. It wasn't connected to my, the tablet wasn't connected to my Amazon account. Like I said, it was like a brand new tablet. I was upset because I never thought to, do an account with Cookmates, because I didn't think I was going to lose it, So I have to recreate all those recipes again. I have to build up my recipe list again, catalog again. I already got 30 on here already. And thank God I recorded some recipes on my YouTube channel, because I did some recipes and I said, oh, this is how many cups, this and that. So I had to go through a lot of my videos to get the recipes, because I couldn't find the phone that had my original recipes on it. I was like, oh my gosh, I was so upset. One, all my recipes deleted, and that recipe that I made with the brownies, that recipe is gone. That also that video that I was recording the brownies didn't even record, and I said the recipe in that video. Anywho, now I gotta build up my recipe catalog again, and this time I made an account with Cookmate. If by some, I don't know, wicked person, whatever, goes and delete all my stuff, I can go and sign in again and download the app again and all that stuff, and I'll still have my recipes, hopefully. But if that ain't wicked, that, I'm telling you, like, something I built that took me years to build was gone in minutes. It took me years to build this thing. That to me, that hurts. I don't know. When you build something, like it takes you years to build it to a certain status, whatever, just for it to be wiped away. That's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go through another 7 years to build this this. It got me messed up. And some of the recipes I knew offhand. So that was a good thing. Like, I remember, what, and, how many cups and this and that. But there's a lot of recipes, I can't remember all of them. So, anywho, without further ado, let's get into this recipe of me making. You know what? I'm going to come back in another video, because I just vented here. But yeah, so I'm going to come back, and we going to start afresh, because I want to have, documented that, that I did this. Even though I have it on my YouTube channel and on my device right here, in case for some odd reason the apps just want to delete itself off my phone. Off my tablet. This is a Fire, what they call that, an Amazon Fire tablet? Yeah. I think so. Amazon Fire tablet. Yeah, this is the other piece that's connected to it. But yeah, for the life of me, I don't know how he got past the I don't know how he got past the whatever. I don't know how he got past the app, the code, because I got to type a code in, and I don't know how he got past that code. That just pisses me off, And the crazy thing is that if you touch his stuff, it's the end of the world. But when he touch your stuff, you supposed to be all right with it, right? But when I touch his stuff, which I don't, because I respect people. When they say don't touch my stuff, I respect people, It's like talking to him is like talking to a 4-year-old or 5-year-old who don't know no better, He's like, what, a half a century plus 16 years. He should know better, right? At some age, at some point, you're supposed to have common sense and wisdom, right? I've been warning him for months to stop touching my tablet. Because it's like he has a bad habit of touching things, right? And then erasing stuff off, and then he'll say, oh, I didn't do it. The phone will be doing it by himself. I had this tablet for 8 years. Around there somewhere. I started putting recipes on it probably 7-8 years ago. And it never once did what it did. It never erased all my stuff. So that's the thing that annoys me. I had this tablet for 7 years, 8 years. I started putting recipes on here for 7-8 years. And not once did the thing reset itself. Not once did the app, not once. It never did that. Once I set it, 2017, once I set this app on this tablet, it's been on there since. So it's been on this tablet for 7-8 years. All my recipes was on there for all that time. And every time I always add, more recipes to my list. So I don't know. That's strangely odd. After all these years, all of a sudden, this tablet want to reset itself, delete all my apps, or my recipe app, unregistered itself from my YouTube, my Amazon account, and delete the password and set it to factory setting. That ain't never happened before. This is what happens when someone touches your stuff that's not supposed to touch your stuff. And you know what I noticed too? People that spend money on something, they value it more. They'll take better care of it more. When there's somebody who don't buy stuff, they don't value it. They don't take care of it. They don't appreciate it more because they didn't spend it with their money. I bought this with my money 7-8 years ago. I bought one for me and my son. This is a Amazon Fire tablet. I think it's 8. I think 8. So yeah, when you buy stuff, you appreciate stuff more. But when you don't buy nothing, you don't appreciate it. You use and abuse it, and you don't even care what the person went through, how the person paid for it, how much it cost. None of that. You don't appreciate nada when you don't when it's not coming out your pocket. You don't appreciate it. You don't. You do not appreciate the stuff. Now there's some people who get their money and it goes up in smoke. They have nothing to show for what they spend their money on. So for me, I like to see where my money goes. I like to be able to use the stuff I spend my money on for weeks, months, years to come. I don't want to be able to get my check on this day and boom, it's gone and I have nothing to show. Bills is different, but I'm talking about like you get your money, right? Boom. You don't buy nothing to show that you pay. You don't have nothing to show where you spend your money. Like when I get my money, when I get paid, I buy toilet paper, paper towel, whatever the house needs, I buy it. Cleaning stuff, everything for the house. My son needs something, I need something, I buy it. I like to see where my money go. Everybody's not the same, People like to just get paid and boom, their money is gone. Sometimes their money don't even go to bills. It goes to I don't know, God knows who, God knows what. But I'd rather be broke, knowing my bills is paid, knowing I got everything I need in the house, and my son is good and I'm good, than to be broke and then pay no bills, don't got nothing you need in the house, your son is not good, you not good. That's not me. When I get paid, I do what I need to do. The bills, the things for the house, and my son is good, I'm good. Now, my mother taught me. Thank God for my mom. Shout out to my mom. Woo. Love you, Mom. My mom taught me, make sure your bills is paid. Make sure you got food in your house. And then when whatever's left, you can do whatever you want to do with it. But make sure your rent is paid. Make sure, well, she didn't say Connect. She didn't have Connect. But make sure your rent is paid. That's what she told me. Make sure your rent is paid. Because you need to have a place to stay. And I always, abide by that. My mom said, like when my mom talks, she tells me things, I listen. I be like, oh. I may act like I when I was younger, but I appreciate what she told me then. Because I'm using it now. Like saving and, make sure you have your own income. Make sure your bills is paid, stuff like that. You make sure you got your own job, because I get that from my mom. It's like my mom was a hardworking woman. She retired, and she was a hardworking woman. And when she got paid, she bought stuff for the house to make the house look nice. That's where I get that from. I like nice things. She liked nice things. She liked to travel, all that stuff. So, yeah. And thank God she retired when she's still able-bodied. She can still do for herself, travel, But yeah, so my mom taught me, like, make sure your bills, make sure your rent is paid. And make sure you got food in your house. You good. When your rent is, because back then, when my mother lived, she don't have to pay Con Ed. But, so she would tell me, make sure your rent is paid, make sure you got food in your house. And then, after your bills is paid, you can do whatever it is you need to do. Don't be broke and still owe bills and stuff. I'm not raised like that. I was always taught to make sure your bills is paid first. Make sure you got food in the house. And make sure your household is good, your family is good, all that. You got your toilet paper, you got your paper towel, you got your cleaning supplies and all that stuff. You good. Then you can splurge and other stuff. Like me, if I know I don't got it, I won't buy no dolls. I haven't bought dolls since that incident I told y'all about. But I never had to go to my mother to like, Mom, can I borrow money to buy dolls? Mm-mm. And I'm the type of person that, listen, if you have a habit like smoking, drinking, and you can't afford it, you shouldn't be drinking or smoking. You shouldn't have to borrow from no one to finance your bad habit, drinking and smoking. So, like me, buying dolls is not a habit, it's a hobby. And I don't ask nobody to borrow money from to buy my dolls. I make sure my bills is paid, and I, make sure the house got what it, the things the house is good. What do they call that? Toiletries. The house is good. We got everything we need for the house. Toilet paper, paper towels, whatever. Dishwashing liquid, laundry detergent. Stuff that you would need for your place. Make sure you good. Once that's good and whatever you have left over, if you want to buy, if you have a hobby, you want to buy stuff, then you can buy stuff. But make sure your bills is paid first. Ain't no make no sense of being broke and you still owe your rent, your Con Ed, your phone bill, your Wi-Fi, your cable bill. It don't make no sense. Like I said earlier, I know sometimes I repeat myself, but sometimes people don't be listening. But I'd rather be broke knowing all my bills is paid. We got the stuff we need for the house. We got food in the house. We got, toilet paper, all that stuff. Paper towel stuff. Yeah. Than to be, like, I'd rather be broke knowing that my bills are paid. We got food in the house. We got the essentials we need in the house. Than to not have money, be broke, and then still have bills to pay. And still don't got nothing in the house. No food or no essentials in the house. That don't make no sense. Like, when you start putting other stuff before your responsibilities, that's a problem. And I used to thought age come with wisdom, or wisdom come with age. One of them. It don't always be that way. Because if you have wisdom, you will know to put your bills first, your family first, and then whatever it is, then you can do what it is after that. But make sure your bills is paid, your household is good, your families. When I say household, I mean like essentials. Stuff you need around the house, your day-to-day stuff, your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your mouthwash, your deodorant, your lotion, all that stuff. Toilet paper, paper towel, stuff you need. Towels, whatever you need that for day-to-day. Make sure, that's taken care of. It don't make no sense to be broke and you ain't got no soap. You ain't got no lotion. You ain't got no deodorant. You ain't got no toothpaste. You ain't got no mouthwash. That's crazy. That didn't make no sense to me. Like, you ain't got no toilet paper to wipe your bungalow. When I said bungalow, I thought about Beavis and Butthead when Beavis was like, TP for my bungalow. But on a serious tip, it makes no sense knowing that you need all that stuff and you're broke because you went and spent your money on stupid stuff. Like, my mother taught me how to budget. My mother taught me how to save. My mother taught me how to, do what I need to do. But still, I don't even know. I don't save. I don't, I do budget, but even though I don't write it down, I do it like, actually I do write it down what I'm talking about. But still, I've learned things from my mom that I use to this day. I appreciate my mom. Thank you, Mom. I love you. I don't know if she's going to see this video because it's long. So, but my mom know how I feel about her. I tell her on the phone, so I'm like, Mom, you're my role model, But still, like I said, third time, fourth time, I'd rather be broke knowing my bills is paid, knowing my house is good, I'm good, my son's good, we good, family is good, than to be broke and still have the bills to pay and no one is good and the household not good. That ain't good. That's terrible. It is. Pay your bills first. Make sure your children is good. Make sure your family, your spouse is good. You make sure you're good. Make sure you got food in the house or your bills is paid. And if you got a little money to do other things, you do it. Don't go out there and mess with your rent money. Because I ain't nothing to play with. Like, back rent, double rent every month. Ain't got time for that. But I'm going to go and I'm going to come back. I hope this video recorded because, oh shoot. Oh, I thought it was. I can't repeat everything I said if it didn't record. I was about to say, I hope it recorded. But anyway, it's better to pay your bills. It's better to be broke knowing you paid all your bills and everything good. You good for that month than to not pay all your bills and be broke and you still owe people for that month and you're not good that month. I'm just saying.